Hi there, this is Asia from English Boost, and this is your podcast where English meets productivity, mindset, and self-growth. Learn smarter, speak better, and feel more confident. So grab your coffee and let's boost your English together. Welcome back to the English Booster podcast. In today's episode, we're going to talk about a very common phrase you probably use all the time, namely to spowodowało, że. And more specifically, why the verb cause is often not the best option, okay? So in this episode, I'm going to provide you with much better, more natural alternatives. By the way, I'm going to provide you with, I hope you remember that phrase from, episode number 1. But anyway, so let's take a look at how to say to spowodowało, że, to powoduje, że, to prowadzi do, to skutkuje in a more professional way. And we will start with translating the following collocation, powodować coś. So let's start with the obvious one, okay? Obviously, cause something means powodować coś. For example, how would you say brak odpowiednich funduszy może spowodować opóźnienia? Okay, so the answer, a lack of proper funding may cause delays. A lack of proper funding may cause delays. Grammatically, perfect, right? But remember, the verb cause can only be used with a noun, okay? Rzeczownik. So when you want to say to spowodowało, że coś się stało, you can't say it caused that something happened, okay? We can only say it causes, it caused something. It caused delays, it caused problems, etc. Okay? Later on, I'm going to tell you what to use instead of cause whenever you want to say to spowodowało, że. Okay, so next one. Lead to something. Prowadzić do czegoś. A very common and a very natural option, okay? Lead to something. Example, let's translate this sentence. Słaba obsługa klienta doprowadziła do negatywnych ocen. Go ahead, translate the sentence aloud if possible. Słaba obsługa klienta doprowadziła do negatywnych ocen. Okay, and the answer would be poor customer service led to negative reviews. And by the way, remember we say poor or poor American, not poor, okay? So poor customer service led, right? It's a verb in the past simple tense, so lead, led. So poor customer service led to negative reviews. Okay, another excellent alternative we could say, which I love personally, and this is result in something. Dosłownie skutkować czymś, powodować coś. And again, let's translate the following sentence. Decyzja naszego CEO doprowadziła do strajków, okay? Try to use this result in. Decyzja naszego CEO doprowadziła do strajków. Go ahead. Okay, ready? The CEO's decision resulted in strikes, okay? Resulted. Remember about this ed ending, okay? So the CEO's decision resulted in strikes. Obviously, you could say the CEO's decision caused strikes, the CEO's decision led to strikes, or the CEO decisions resulted in strikes. So we have 3 alternatives here whenever we want to use a noun, rzeczownik afterwards, okay? So now let's look at some structures that actually many learners find quite tricky. So now focus. Imagine you want to say, to powoduje, że ludzie tracą motywację. How would you translate it? To powoduje, że ludzie tracą motywację. Go ahead. So if you've said it causes that people lose motivation, then I have to disappoint you a bit. It's actually incorrect. Why? Because, again, I've already mentioned that, but remember that in English, you can't say it causes that, or it caused that, okay? The only correct collocation is cause something. For example, cause problems, cause delays. You can't use another sentence, another verb after cause. Are you with me? Hope you are. So what can we actually use instead of cause whenever we want to say to powoduje, że, to spowodowało, że? And I always, in this case, suggest the structure make somebody do something. Dosłownie sprawić, że ktoś coś zrobił. Okay? So coming back to our example, to sprawia, że ludzie tracą motywację. Try to now translate this sentence using the structure make somebody do something. To sprawia, że ludzie tracą motywację. Go ahead. Okay, so the answer would be it makes people lose their motivation. Repeat after me. It makes people lose their motivation. So you have this make, right? Then the object, dopełnienie, people, and then the verb with this bare infinitive form. Bare infinitive form, the so-called nagi bezokolicznik, czyli tak naprawdę czasownik bez to, okay? So make somebody do something, it makes people lose their motivation. Okay, more examples. Let's translate the following sentence. To spowodowało, sprawiło, że klient rozwiązał umowę. To spowodowało, że klient rozwiązał umowę. Go ahead. So again, you can't say it caused that the client terminated the contract, but it made the client terminate the contract, okay? So it made in the past tense because we wanted to say to spowodowało, że. So it made, then who? The client, right? Terminate the contract. Why not terminate it? No bo przecież on rozwiązał umowę. Because again, the structure is as follows. Make somebody do something. We have this bare infinitive form, czyli ten nagi bezokolicznik bez to. That's why it made the client terminate the contract. Okay, one more sentence to be translated. Ready? To spowoduje, sprawi, że będziemy wyglądać niekompetentnie. To spowoduje lub to sprawi, że będziemy wyglądać niekompetentnie. Go ahead. And now the key. It will make us look incompetent. It will, because we have this future tense, to spowoduje, sprawi, so it will make us look incompetent. So again, the verb look has no ed ending, no ing ending, because we have this bare infinitive form. Nagi bezokolicznik, bez tu. So it will make us look incompetent. So this structure is extremely natural and very useful in business context, but also in small talk, in this natural conversation. So I really encourage you to use it as often as possible, okay? However, there are actually other options to say to spowodowało, to doprowadziło do tego, że. And now I'm going to introduce these options to you as some kind of more advanced equivalents, okay? So that you can have some variety. But of course, if you are to remember one thing from today's episode, which is really packed, right? I would remember the structure make somebody do something whenever you want to say to spowodowało, że, to sprawiło, że. Okay, but let's carry on, shall we? So the structure I'd like to introduce now is result in doing something and lead to doing something. So when you think of it, we've already discussed result in something and lead to something, right? But pay attention, here we're going to use a verb, not a noun, right? So before we said it resulted in strikes, right? It leads to many problems. So we used a noun after this result in or lead to collocation. But here we want to introduce a verb, okay? So the structure will be as follows: result in doing something, ing ending, and lead to doing something, ing ending as well. Okay? So when you want to say, for example, to doprowadziło do tego, że, then you can use result in doing something or lead to doing something. Example, try to translate this sentence with me. To doprowadziło do tego, że nasi pracownicy stracili pracę. Go ahead. To doprowadziło do tego, że nasi pracownicy stracili pracę. Okay, so the answer, it resulted in our employees losing their job. So you see, it resulted in, then you're adding this object, our employees, and then losing their job. Okay? I hope you're with me. And one more to go. Of course, we could also say it led to our employees losing their job. But let's try another sentence to be translated. To może doprowadzić do tego, że nasi klienci zrezygnują z naszych usług. I know it might be hard to memorize this sentence, right? So once again, to może doprowadzić do tego, że nasi klienci zrezygnują z naszych usług. Go ahead. Okay, so the key, the proper translation would be, it may lead to our clients giving up on our services, right? So again, it may lead to who? Our clients, and then ing ending, giving up on our services. But when you think of it, I think it's much easier to use this structure, make somebody do something here, and that would simply be, well, it may actually make our clients give up on our services, or, well, it actually made our employees lose their jobs. So as you can see, I suppose this make somebody do something structure is easier. So if you're not familiar with that structure, if I were you, I would first try to focus on make somebody do something, and maybe in the future you can just add more synonyms, more alternatives, okay? To sum up, instead of always using the word cause, remember these alternatives such as lead to, result in, or make somebody do something. And they will instantly make your English sound more professional, more natural, and more precise, simply. And you know, what I can say from my experience is that the linking words such as however, therefore, as a result, it may result from the fact that, and so on, were a real game changer in my communication in English, and they have definitely helped me sound more fluent, more natural, and have helped me, well, express myself in this clear manner, connect ideas, introduce arguments, and so on and so on. So if you want to take your business English even further and learn how to connect your ideas like a pro, check out my business English masterclass on linking words. So this is a step-by-step course designed to help you communicate more clearly and more confidently in emails, meetings and presentations, or even during job interviews. And in this course, you will master more advanced linking words than just on the other hand or therefore, moreover, however. These are basic linking words that you're probably familiar with, right? So we're gonna work on more practical synonyms, but you will also master some other expressions you've probably never heard of before, and all of them will be based on real business examples, explanations, practical exercises. So if you want more details about the course, just click the link below in the description box below this episode. Cheers!